Good morning, viewers. We are here in International School of Choueifat with Ma'am Margo, and today we will not only discussing about education but also so many other issues which we are facing in society as far as pandemic is concerned, the way they are taking her students, the way she is advocacy programs and so many other things, especially extracurricular activities. She is the only one who is doing online these programs, and at the same time she is advocating her staff, her students, even me and my staff as well, that how to fight with this without any fear, but also use the technologies. So this interview will be candid, yet intellectual, yet at the same time contribution towards the society. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, and thank you, Sam, for giving me this opportunity to share.
Yeah.
To learn from each other,
Yeah.
you know, in our discussion, and hopefully in some way to contribute to reflection by other educators, you know, what we all together might be doing, should be doing to make a difference.
Perfectly all right, ma'am. And you have been doing it, and you have been telling all of us about all these things. We will start from the education thing, that how do you see future of education in Pakistan?
If you would ask me this question almost a year ago,
Okay.
it would have been such an easy answer.
Okay.
Very easy answer. We were all energized, we were all moving, you know, the initiatives were coming into fruition. And then the pandemic hit us.
Yeah.
And obviously, there are a number of the economy, industry, some other fields, hospitality, which were hurt very badly. But unfortunately, education is one of the ones
Yes.
which got a huge hit. Why did it happen? One reason is that not many of us were really prepared for any other way of delivering knowledge to the students, except very good,
Yeah.
a very effective way, face-to-face. But once the pandemic hit us, to protect people from infection, for serious illnesses and unfortunate deaths.
Yeah.
The schools were the first casualty of pandemic because they were put under the lockdown and closed. And at that time, we did not know, we were supposed it could be indefinitely, but definitely we were suspecting it. This is what happened, that it's gonna be at least until July.
Okay.
So what happened that here in Pakistan, that I think inequality of access to education somehow became almost our first priority.
Yes, of course.
We found out that, okay, to go online, how do you do that? Where is the infrastructure? Where are the teachers, trained teachers? How do you do the curriculum? How do you do external exams, assessment, and extracurricular activities, which probably were somehow easiest? I think, you know, we have to, in a way, be praising the government of Pakistan.
Obviously.
That they were aware of it, and they almost from day one try to address those enormous challenges.
Yeah.
Enormous challenges. You know, we know about this 25 million of students out of the school. During the pandemic, they were not forgotten. The government did try to address this issue. At the moment, we just maybe 10 days ago or so, with a plan, so it's not just a statement, it is a plan. We heard from His Excellency Shaukat Mahmoud picture, sort of a broad outline of how Pakistan will go into online digital education. It will be the stages, but it is gonna be happening. I would like to repeat something which I raised on number of personal meetings with the ministers, as well as on broader gatherings of conferences, of seminars. I am encouraging the government to cooperate with private sector.
That's an excellent idea.
If we do it together,
yeah.
If we help it together,
Yeah.
If we use the experience of the private sector, which is successful in digital and online education, we can help the government schools in a much faster way.
Yes.
Another way we could help the government to attend to very ambitious projects is to train the teachers. Since we already have the trained teachers, we will be delighted to share, to invite to our trainings here, to send our teachers, to other schools and help them. Instead of the progress, the good progress, which we then at the end call success, comes from collaboration. I am a believer of collaboration, instead of reinventing the wheel by everybody else.
I absolutely second you. And I second this comment as well, that the government and the private sector collaboration can bring a lot of difference, because these are important sectors, and we cannot leave everything on government, and we cannot leave it. We need to do our own things as well, our own job as well. Ma'am, tell me one thing.
And you know what, if I may inject one more thing, is, many parents, we're reading it in the newspapers, I'm sure educational authorities also, we're talking about equality.
Yeah.
If the private, because now it's an inequality, what we have, right? That, the public schools have all the resources, all of this, and public schools, very little.
Yeah.
If we get together,
public and private schools,
this inequality will diminish eventually over a period of time, and the children who only can go, and there's no reason why they shouldn't go to public schools. Public schools in the United States are the strongest
as compared to the private school.
We can have it in Pakistan as well.
Yes,
there's no reason for that. But it will also show, because there is a lot of negative stereotyping comments and the way of attitude about the private schools. We are not the monsters. We are not a mafia.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Many of us, including my school, take, and I give you a couple of examples, simple examples.
Okay.
We sponsor from Door of Awareness, one of the teaching centers in the schools, about 100 schools, which our students provide everything from making the classrooms with clean, with donated furniture, we donated the library, and the students, not during the pandemic, but before the pandemic, we're going every Saturday, and we'll have the classes of Urdu, English, math, just helping them, to the kids who could not even go to the public school. Another example, that would be the teachers. We got in touch during one of my visits to Myanwala University, in which the chancellor is our Prime Minister, he also created a school there up to grade 6. Okay. I went to visit. In one of the visits, they took me to the school, and it was just mind-boggling. I can't use the other words.
Oh, really?
I have those teachers. The principal, who is a woman, brought the teachers, mostly women.
Okay.
Flawless English.
Wow.
Confidence, the ideas. I was sitting there and I said, I can't be 500 or whatever kilometers from Lahore. It is not happening. This is not happening. So I was so impressed that I suggested to the principal, I said, listen, we have in ISC Lahore monthly, mandatory professional development for our teachers. Our teachers. Sometimes it's the teacher, staff member presenting it. Sometimes we get an expert in whatever, soft skills, hard skills, whatever is of interest or need for us as well. And by the way, we don't pay honoraria at all.
Mm-hmm.
They come as to give back to those. So we ended up with the principle that every time we have our program here, she sends about 10 of her teachers.
Okay.
So they have the transportation. There is a hostel here, and we providing everything else, food, and of course the mixing them with our teachers, okay, and then can work on whatever the workshops is all about. These are small ways, but if every school, every private school does that, extends itself to others, we could make a hell of a difference.
I completely second you, and especially the point which you raised that the public school and the private school, they must be on the same page, so that's the way how we can help our common person, and that will be in their reach. I absolutely second you.
And stop also this. It shouldn't be, because these are all Pakistani students. These are Pakistani kids. We should not, through the access of education, either to private schools or to the government schools, create this kind of uneasy feeling that we're making two groups of society in the society because of access to education. It shouldn't be like that.
And it that brings inequality.
Exactly. If the private sector will help the government sector raise the curriculum, raise the standards, we will be equal. There's no reason why we're not.
And it will be in reach of every common person, because there are a lot of government schools.
Absolutely.
Okay, and now I want to ask, ma'am, you already have explained it, but in a candid way, I want to ask, how do you think that ISC is different from other institutes?
We are. There is quite a considerable difference.
Okay.
There is a considerable difference on the different levels. So let me just signal those levels. If you would have any particular question you want me to go a little bit deeper, you will ask me.
Okay.
First of all, while we are in Pakistan, which is our host country, we are a fully international organization because we belong to the chain of schools. It's called Service School Network. We are currently in 22 countries. We are exploring at the moment going into China. But to give you an idea where we are in South America, in Brazil, Central America, in Panama, in the United States, when we take charter schools and bring them to the higher level with them. We are in Europe.
Wow.
In Germany, we have 2 schools in Germany and in England, in UK. We are in the Middle East, which involves schools in Cairo, Jordan, Syria,
Oh, really?
and Gulf.
Okay.
So we are in Saudi Arabia, we are in Oman, Qatar. I think we're going into Kuwait eventually. And then we have United Arab Emirates, when we have 17 schools
Okay.
already there. We have a jewel in South Asia, Lahore.
Okay.
We are the only one,
Okay.
but hopefully others will be coming to Pakistan as well. And we're moving, there is a plan, negotiations take time, but hopefully, and it will be a considerable number of schools in China. At the moment, we have, I would say, between 75,000 students in a service system.
Oh, lovely.
Each of our schools is accredited schools. So we are not a loose cannons, and I'm not mentioning names of any other schools who are a loose cannons. Because if you do not have a framework to which you have to deliver
Yeah.
the standards, the quality,
Yeah.
you can tell the parents anything you want
Yeah.
and find an excuse why you did not deliver it. We don't have this luxury.
Okay.
We are accredited by the biggest accreditation body in the world. It is in the United States, Middle States Accreditation Association, MSA. Okay, very highly, basically, when you say MSA, oh, okay. And our service, the high school diploma, are stamped by them.
Okay.
So they have our service diploma, our service system of education is like through two ways. Education per se,
Okay.
knowledge of the highest levels. From KG1, the kids are pushed. My second graders read fluently.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So
Yeah.
it takes an effort also for that. It is a curriculum which consists all absolutely necessary international concepts in every subject.
That's great.
Our students now say, well, so what kind of an exams do they have? Assessment. They have internal assessment, which in pandemic we now have our own platform for the exams, secure exams. So what it means is that a student is on the camera. There are two cameras from school and in the home.
Oh, lovely.
Because there is no cheating.
Oh,
There is no cheating any longer.
that's amazing.
And when they take the exam on the lab, on the exam lab, they cannot go into another lab. They locked from
Okay.
everything else except the exam
Okay.
lab. So this is when they're doing at home, online subjects, as they did the ones AP, American College Board AP exams were online last year.
Yeah.
As well. Our accreditor puts at the moment 6 major standards which we have to deliver. Standards both in education, which include curriculum, textbooks, supplementary materials, quality of the teachers, qualifications of the teachers, resources provided to the students, physical environment,
Okay.
buildings and anything else. Okay, what do you give to the students, and how the classrooms are organized, how the desks look like. I mean, everything, and everything has to be every year improved.
That's the best part. And I completely understand the way of education and the things which you are doing, and you are trying to improve it by every single day. So, one more serious question, and then we will switch to the little bit candid questions. But tell me one thing, how do you take, and what is your take on this, that education or skill, what is important? What do you, your take on this thing? Like skill or some kind of, that kind placement, jobs, employment, these are the other things, and education is another thing. So in your school you give skill as well, or you appreciate this thing as well?
You see, my approach to it is, and I hope there are more people like this, because to me it's a pure logic.
Yeah.
For me, it's neither degree nor the skills only. It's all together.
Oh wow.
Unless you get at least fundamental theoretical knowledge, how would you know how to and what to produce?
Yeah.
You can't fix the machine if you don't have the manual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right or
I
wrong?
got it. Yeah.
On our case, on the lighter note, when we buy our cosmetics,
Yeah.
which are scientifically made,
Yeah.
okay, but they give us the explanation how to use it.
Yeah.
They
They're
teach us the
testers.
skills, not just and done. Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
From serious we can go to a little bit lighter side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is there. The students need to have the whatever subject and the profession requires as a minimal theoretical knowledge, and only then build the skills on that. How you use this knowledge, for what? How you do that.
You have to connect both things.
They have to be connected. They both important. We have two challenges here. Currently, in the majority of educational systems, more of the focus and requirement is to provide the knowledge and assess this knowledge. Very little practice. But the things are changing. The things are changing because of this wonderful event analysis we have here in Pakistan.
Okay.
From
Employability. Yes. Employees' perception.
When
That's
it was
great.
found that here in Pakistan, 60% of employers said, whom you give me from university, they have no skills I need, so I have to retrain them, which is costly, time consuming and costly.
Yeah.
On that conference, I was one of the voices. I said, don't blame the universities. You blame the schools. Because it is the schools that while we give them the knowledge, we do not put more effort in providing, it could be through the extracurricular activities, how to use this knowledge.
Yeah.
You will think, okay, it was easy because before the pandemic. Pandemic came, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
We have entrepreneurship training online. We have leadership training online for different grades. We hopefully, inshallah, I just received it from them today, Leader in Me from Franklin Covey proposal that they want to do additional training for the younger students for us.
That's an amazing thing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You see, this is how you use the knowledge into the skills.
And put it in a practical manner.
And practical manner, because they will be learning negotiations, presenting their point, conflict resolution, public speaking, debating. Look how many. Look how many skills.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship is, they will know, after pandemic, we already know there will not be enough jobs for all of us. Because some of the jobs will disappear. The new ones which will come, because they will come, will require a different set of skills. So we have to make sure that as a school, at least we'll give them a jumping start. So, and then they can get more at the university of those skills. And most of those skills come from science. Okay? Robotics.
Okay.
Okay? Creating, artificial intelligence.
Yeah, AI is something very
Okay,
important.
something which they will need to deal with. So we, for example, this year we organized a science fair online.
Okay.
They were doing the projects, whatever they wanted, on the energy, on water supply, some other things, on the cars,
Okay.
To move, with the green energy, not the
Plantation
petrol
and
or
all that.
anything
Yeah,
like
I can
this.
understand.
And then they were doing it at home, and then we were filming them at home, and they were explaining it. It is on the on our website and on YouTube. Maybe you would like to have a look at it. So
Sure, we will.
so you can get the children involved. For the first time ever, and I think we are the first school, we put the English language drama online.
Oh, that's
They
fantastic.
were all the scenes were put together because they were performing their parts in their homes.
Okay.
Kudos go to the parents and the
Wow.
support of the parents.
Yes.
I want to mention the parents.
Yeah.
Because when it comes
was
to the
their help.
online
Yeah.
or extracurricular, which is not in the school, we need the parents to take it from us and encourage them to do it. Another thing a couple of things which we are different. First of all, we are 138, I think, years old.
Okay.
It's one of the oldest educational systems, if not the oldest in the world.
Okay.
And if we existed for such a long time, it means we're doing something right.
Yes, and you are in the right direction.
In the
And the
right
way you
direction.
are synchronized everything, like
Yeah.
skill, like education, then the
Yes.
confidence, and then the extracurricular activities. I think that's mind blowing for me.
When we went online last year, and I think it was in the second week, and it came from our corporate office. Somebody said, and then it came to the school. Guys, what do you think? Is it a good slogan? Would it motivate the parents, students, and teachers? And we pick it up,
Okay.
and it says, face to face, hybrid, on or online. The learning never stops.
That's beautiful.
ये वीडियो सोशोन के ताउन से पेश की गई है। सोशोन पाकिस्तान का नेशनल सोशल मीडिया नेटवर्क है। अपना अकाउंट बनाने के लिए soshon.com पर जाएं या गूगल प्ले स्टोर और एप्पल ऐप स्टोर से सोशोन ऐप डाउनलोड करें और पाकिस्तान का अपना सोशल मीडिया इस्तेमाल करें।